Welcome back, everybody. This is the Crazy Kirby Kid, and the topic at hand is dexterity. So what I have here is a GameCube controller, and I want to show you what grip I use. In the left hand is one finger, and in the right hand is two fingers on top. Now let me explain why this grip is so important to the way I play. First, you have to realize that with the left hand having three fingers to grip the controller and the right hand having two, all the weight is put on the left hand, and the right hand is free to pivot around the thumb. So the thumb can go up and down pretty freely because everything is anchored in the left. And with this grip, it's also convenient because I have two fingers, one for the R button and one for the Z button, so I don't have to move my middle or my index finger back and forth between the two. I always have one ready in position. Now if we take a closer look, we can see that the closest jump button to the A button of course is used for attacks, is between X and A, while the closest jump button to the B is Y. So now naturally this develops into two different kind of motions that we use depending on if we're going to use A or B moves. And depending on other situations, sometimes we use X and use right on the C stick, and then Y it goes into down on the C stick. But for the most part, you play that out by feel and whatever character you have. Now let me clean this up a little bit. Now what's important to know about the design of the mechanics in Super Smash Bros. Melee or Brawl is that the controller has a lot of redundancy. So on this top part, the Z button can also act as an A button, the A button obviously acts as an A button, and the C stick acts as a button that you can press in any of the 8 or 4 directions for a different attack. So, depending on what kind of situation you're in, you might want to hit X and Z for one button per button, one finger per button, so you can respond faster. You might want to do Y and A, or even stick jump and C stick. It all depends on your character and what situation you're in. But because of this redundancy, it allows you to make your controller inputs the most efficient. Like right here, the L button for shield with the Y button for jumping out of the shield. So let's look at a couple of moves in action. We have Pit, my main character, and everybody can do this, so I'm just going to show you what it's like to dash dance in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Now you got to do it pretty tight because the window's a lot smaller than in Melee, but the controller sounds like this because you have to move your thumb back and forth that quickly, which is an element of dexterity, the facet called speed. Now to do these short hop animation canceled air moves, you're going to have to be pretty quick to get that air move out as quickly as possible. And because you want your movement in the left stick to be independent of your attacking, you're going to have to use the C stick to get this done. Now for neutral attacks, you're going to have to use either the A or the Z button, but the basic efficient motion is the same. Now back air, you can see that I'm going to use the C stick for the back air so I can move forward or backwards while using that attack. You have to be really quick if you're going to get these high-level, efficient style moves. Now normally you can charge attacks by smashing the C stick in the A direction for a smash attack and then holding the A button for a charge. But with a little bit more dexterity, you can charge a smash attack by hitting the C stick and the Z button almost at the same time. And that requires a lot of control, or not control, but harmony between your two fingers, because you got to be exactly on point. Up smashing out of shield requires a jump, and because I don't play with C stick, I have to jump out of the shield using the Y button and then quickly move on to an up smash using the stick and the A button. That is the most efficient position with my controller setup. Now my jab is versatile. I can do 1, 2, 3 hits in different rhythms, and if I do it fast enough, Pit goes into this rapid A jab attack, and I can just hold the button to sustain that attack for a while. 1, 2, 3, and jab attack. Looping arrows requires a lot of control because you're actually controlling the arrow even though it's off the screen. So mentally in your head you have to know how the arrow is moving, but you also have to move the left stick to keep up with it. Now because the left stick moves your character and determines what kind of attacks you're using, it's going to become very important that you understand how the redundancy of the mechanics design comes into play. Now right here you have to move the stick left and right really softly in order to pit to sort of moonwalk backwards. And for this advanced technique called wing stepping, you have to jump, quickly hit up B, quickly cancel your up B with a down air, and then land and repeat. So that requires a lot of speed to execute. Do it just right, Pit gets a lot less recovery time. Now right here, the angel ring, look very closely at the ring. You can see it spinning in one direction, then start spinning in the other, just like a tire wheel that's accelerating on the road. The more you mash the button, the more priority and speed you give to this attack. So I start from a pretty quick pace, and then I use this very efficient hand rocking technique to get the most out of that attack. Looping arrows while coordinating how you want to jump, attack, or walk requires you to understand just how the redundancy of the controller is set up. So right here I'm going to loop an arrow and jump and do back airs while keeping the arrow alive, which means I have to use the C stick so I can control the arrow completely with the left stick. Looping arrow, jump, C stick, jump, C stick. See how my left hand's smoothly going in the circle? Looping arrow, looping arrow. And this is a B reverse, where it looks like you're moving in one direction, but you quickly cut back.
2, 1, time!
So if you look at all those examples, some that are Pit exclusive and some that aren't, you'll see that playing with these advanced techniques in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, for the most part, the B moves require the most speed because the B special attack button has no redundancy on the controller, while the A button requires a lot of harmony and efficiency. So doing these techniques, the graph will look kind of like that. So thank you for watching. My name is Crazy Kirby Kid, and it's been good. See you later.